Bam! Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment. Now, I'm in my 40s, so I'm on this journey where I'm reading all the classic books that I was supposed to read in high school. So I started with Moby Dick. Now I'm on Crime and Punishment, just finished it. It was a punishment to read. It was a punishment. And here's why. Here's why it's a punishment to read. Because I did some reading about it afterwards. Dostoevsky originally wrote this to be a play. And so there are these very long, drawn out dialogues and scenes, and the chapters go forever. And every chapter is very dense. There's hardly any white space in between. And it just feels like you're plodding along. Consequently, you don't really care about the characters and their journey. They're kind of two-dimensional. You're not invested in where they're going or why they're going there or what they're doing or who they're with. And when you get to the finale, it's anticlimactic. I just kept feeling like I just want this to be done. Now, with that said, what I did love about this book is that it points to how much our paradigms and frames of life work. Meaning, the character was driven because he felt like great people act a certain way. He was like, this is what great people do. And if I'm great, then I should be able to do this. And what's powerful is you start to look at your life and start to ask yourself, what are the ideas, thoughts, philosophies that are governing my life, governing my choices in my life? So for that, I do love Crime and Punishment because you get to follow a guy who is living his life based off of a small set of principles. And because he's comparing himself to other people, he hasn't really taken the time to figure out who he is as a person and what he values as a person. And when it concludes at the end, it doesn't seem to be any real closure. Because like I said, you don't really care about them. But if you read this book through the lens of, wow, this is what happens when, this is how probably we all are operating. We all have this operating system. And if we don't take time to really ask ourselves what's motivating us, what's driving us, then we can feel lost, right? But he knew exactly why he was doing what he was doing, which I did appreciate. And it made me sit down with myself and be like, oh, okay, why are we doing what we're doing? Like, what are we really driven by here? So even though it was hard to read, and you're either going to love this book or hate it. If you're a Tolstoy fan, you're probably going to hate this book. If you're not a Tolstoy fan, you're probably going to love it because you can only be on one side or the other. It's like you're either a Chicago Bears fan or you're a Green Bay Packers fan. All right, this book review is going on too long. I'm already reading Anna Karenina by Tolstoy, and I'm like 3 chapters in. I love it. I can't see how thick this book is. It feels like it's a pamphlet. I just want to consume it all right now. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for tuning in to this book review. Like and subscribe below as I will be posting my other book reviews.